I could care less about Carrie's conversation, if I'm being honest.
I like the conversation. I just feel like it could, like, if they wanted that to be a focal point for Chloe, they should have made it.
Max should have gone off more. I was in agreement with Max because she was like, I told you so. You're an idiot. You fucked this up. That was, I felt like we ran a mile in that last 5 minutes.
Right. Welcome, friends.
Welcome.
Welcome back to Friends of Disney.
Is this video going to be posted before?
No, it's after the giveaway has ended already.
Okay. Well,
it has ended. So if you missed out, that sucks.
But don't worry, we still have other things we can give away.
Yep. And if you want to know more about giveaways, you should follow our Insta.
Exactly.
I'll try to put it right. Watch me here. Here.
Or here.
Or here. Or there. Or
anywhere that's not our face.
You can't cover the moneymaker. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways.
Now I look more like an official person because I have my legs.
Yeah. We're both crossing our legs.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Oh, wow. I've been doing this a lot more since I've lost weight.
Fair.
Like is it like a I'm not fat anymore thing? Also, I'm making a fat joke to myself. Okay. Please don't put in hate comments. I make my own fat jokes to myself.
Anyways, today we're diving back into Zack and Cody.
Episode 7.
Called Footloose? Footloose? Oh, I forgot what it was called. It was something.
Don't actually remember the name of
It was kind of a mellow episode.
Yeah, sorry. I got a little sidetracked there.
It's very easy to get sidetracked on those.
Well, okay, so I sent the picture and I wanted to like see if he responded, and he didn't, and like I thought I saw a comment. Okay. Footlooser.
Footlooser.
Okay.
To my knowledge, this had nothing to do with fitness.
No, nothing to do at all. Well, sorta.
Dancing.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was a more mellow episode. I mean, we got to see the return of Max from the first episode, but no tapeworm.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was more interesting to you? The main plot with Zack and Cody, or the B plot with Maddie?
I think the B plot with Maddie.
Yeah.
Because like Maddie is like teaching a more valuable lesson out of this than the main plot.
I disagree a little bit until the very end.
Well, like,
so the main plot is there's a dance competition that's coming to the Tipton, and Max, one of Zack and Cody's friends, is going to be entering it with Zack as her partner. Cody is jealous and is trying to find something that he's talented at that Zack isn't. And so that's the A plot. And then the B plot is that Maddie's trying to save up money to go to get her parents to go to Paris with her siblings.
I was like, so her parents can go.
London gives her the money, and in return, basically treats Maddie like an indentured servant.
Yes. And I mean, I feel like I deal with Maddie's situation a lot more than
I feel like as adults, that kind of plot happens more often for because we are with adult money.
And I mean, like, realistically, we deal with them every day, like in terms of our credit cards and things like that, because if you don't pay those, you know, you can literally you could go into bankrupt, and filing for bankruptcy is actually not that bad of a process.
It just hurts the hell out of your credit score.
Yes, it does. But if you don't file for bankruptcy and other things, you could potentially lose your home, your car, like your valuable assets, because they're going to use those assets as collateral to pay off your debt. And that's what Maddie is trying to do, is pay off London Tipton her debt from borrowing from Tipton.
Yeah, because London gave her what Maddie's share is supposed to be for sending her parents to Paris, which was $250.
Yeah.
Because initially London was just trying to get Maddie to go shopping with her and stuff, but London fully exploited her for what she owed her, which is why I don't let anyone borrow money from me.
Yeah. And I mean, like, this behavior out of London is not anything that's different from her. It just kind of it shows like the type of lifestyles that Maddie and London have and their personalities, and how like London shopping is probably not the best way for them to connect.
Yeah. Well, and
because London does have these high expectations.
not just has high expectations, but she really hasn't
Dealt with hardships.
not just hardships, but she also just
Well,
hasn't had much character development. I mean, we are on episode 7 of the total TV show.
yeah.
And so she's still this high, hoity-toity, rude, rich bitch.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Daddy's money.
like
We're still there.
Like Maddie's like, I need $250. $250. And London's like, that's it? And I'm like, dude, I can do a lot with $250.
Right? I was thinking about that, and like Maddie was like talking about like how it would take like essentially like a week for her to make 250. For us probably that takes like 2 days of working.
Yeah, but you imagine this is early 2000s.
I know. I was also like thinking also thinking about inflation too, and I was just like, well, in today's society, like you'll be making that money real quick, but like at the same time, that money's not going to go very far. But at the same time, it kind of our economic situation today is a bit weird because you can stretch your money and not at the same time.
Like everyone's like, just like using groceries as an example, like everyone says it's so much cheaper just to make your own food. But at the same time, I'm like, I could get a full meal for myself at McDonald's for $10.
Or if you don't eat a lot, just get their $5 meal deal and pick it up.
Exactly. But if I were to spend $5 or $10 at a grocery store, depending on what I get, I could get a lot. Like if I'm getting 30-cent top ramen package, yeah, I can get a lot. But if I'm getting like a thing of strawberries that are like $2-3 a pound,
And yeah, fresh produce and like meat, that would barely get you a pound of meat.
depending on the meat, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
if you're just going for a basic ground beef, you might get a pound or two out of it.
I was like, this sounds a little weird, but Thrifty Jonelle now has been like going like I buy things like if they're on the manager special, because like Safeway sometimes do that.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like half off, 70% off. Nothing wrong with them, just they probably have an overstock of it. So they're trying to get out of their store so that way it doesn't go bad in the allotted time. And then I just put it in my freezer. Because right now we still have, I paid $2 for a pound of crab. Right? It was on a manager special. I have crab at home and it's sitting in the freezer.
Have you ever been exploited the way that Maddie was exploited?
I think back to my times working at the casino, and sometimes, yeah. In different ways, though, not with money, but.
Well, like, me and you have been friends a lot. We'll go out to eat. Like, one of our, like, we've said this before, one of our, like, key friendship moments is us
McChickens.
freshman year at 2 a.m. pooling our cash together to go to McDonald's.
McChicken runs.
To get McChickens.
McChickens.
Chickens were still $1 each.
I hate the fact they went up to $3.29.
No. Like,
and like the buy one get one for $1 is not much any better of a deal.
No, it's not, because it's like we used to get like I think our max was like 15 McChickens was our max at once.
I thought it was 16.
I think it was 16. But yeah, we once got like 16 McChickens once at 2 a.m. Sorry, McDonald's drive-through people.
Props to you guys, though, at the same time. You were feeding our bellies and everyone else's.
Second director straight. We were not under any influences. That was literally just us hungry at 2 a.m.
I mean, I might have a few times.
You weren't as much at the time.
Yeah, because freshman Jonelle was a bit of a partier.
Yeah.
I mean, I still am, but it's not like not college partier. Like if I do.
So the A plot, ignoring Zach, because Zach and Max were not the important part of the A plot.
No.
That dance competition was secondary to Cody.
Yeah, the main part of it was essentially they qualified for the finals, and Max is like, don't do anything stupid. Don't pull a me and break your arm right after you qualify in hammer throwing. That is what Zach did. He was like, well, I'm going to jump on the bed if I want to jump on the bed, and then falls off the bed and sprains his ankle. Or if you're me in a Jonelle's case, I just qualified in hammer throwing. I just got a brand new longboard and I want to ride my longboard. Falls, breaks my arm on the first day of spring break, goes into surgery, spends the rest of my spring break in surgery and recovering.
Well, I love that story so much. I remember
it's so funny.
I remember ditching school for that.
You and Taylor were both, were all in the hospital. And then my stepdad, who's seen me with other broken bones before, he's just like so disappointed in me. He's just like, oh my God, Jonah.
But like, I empathize with Cody because it's like we all know it. Zach and Cody. Zach's the cool one. Zach gets all the attention. Zach is the reason why a lot of people in our generation like the bad boy.
Maybe.
Take that next thought it was funny.
Oh, I was like, us girls think of it a little bit differently. We're normally like, we now look back at like Charlie and Shrek and we're like, they got a house. But then like as a child, we were like, Jacob.
But like, Cody has always been in Zach's shadow. Like, Cody's the nerdy one. We get it. Zach's the cool one. Cody's the nerdy one. Classic, twin.
Cody's also the goody two shoes.
Yeah, but Cody's just like, I want to receive some of the special attention that Zach gets. Which, it's nice seeing that during the hotel days, you see Cody and Zach. They're hanging out together and their mischievousness is together. But it's very like Zach's name's first in the title. You don't hear it's Cody and Zach. It's Zach and Cody.
Well, also, Zach and Cody does flow better than Cody and Zach.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, honestly, going back on that on a side thought, very side tangent. When people get married, do you ever just like sit and like reverse their names to see like if they purposely chose like what flows better? Like say it's like Brandon and Amanda who got married, and then they're just like Amanda and Brandon's wedding, or
what sounds better to you, Sean and Megan, or Megan and Sean?
I had a hard time with this when you two got married because I'm just like, they just both honestly go well. And so I was just like, for me, it makes more sense to say Sean and Megan, but I'm also very comfortable with going Megan and Sean.
So if you haven't noticed, Megan's not here. Last week was her last episode.
She's on.
At the time that this will be releasing, our baby will have been born. And that's the extent I want to say that we have.
You're gonna be a dad.
Oh, my little Cody's coming.
Is that the name?
Not even close.
Oh wait, it's not off of something Disney. That's right. Yeah. I'm gonna laugh if like the first time your baby's born and you guys finally tell me the name and I still fucking miss it.
See, here's the funny thing. Me and Megan have opted not to tell anyone the name of the baby. But the only hint we're telling people, because this is their immediate assumption, is that it's a Disney name, but it's not. We opted for a non-Disney name. So if you want to attempt to guess the baby's name, good luck.
And the funny part is Megan has accidentally said the name around me so many times, and I end up missing it every time. Every time I have missed it.
It's really funny for me and all.
I swear, when your kid is born, you guys are gonna tell me the name, and I'm just gonna be like, what? I'm going to miss your own baby's name after its birth. I'm just gonna be like, it's the baby. Here's a whole bunch of shit for baby. Congratulations. You're a dad and you're a mom. Way to go.
But anyways, no. I empathize with Cody's desire to be something of his own. And I love that the mom Disney went about in a roundabout way because it wasn't made as big of a deal in this episode.
Mhm.
You know, like you can tell that scene with the mom talking to Cody, like, you don't need to upstage your brother. If you didn't try to be like your brother, you could have won the competition with Max.
Yeah.
And I like that conversation, but I feel like the lead up to it wasn't that extensive. You know?
Yeah.
Like the
Well,
competition was just in it. Like I was on my phone throughout every competition scene. I didn't watch it until Cody did his little special move and felt the music.
I mean, I watched the whole episode through, but
Me too, but I just had a harder time like staying focused on it.
I honestly thought everyone's dances were mid.
I'm not a fan of style of dancing. Like that cool hip hop dancing. No.
It was the era of like basically kind of like that Tupac style because it is early 2000s.
Yeah.
So it's the era of hip hop, pop, that
And the 90s influence is still strong.
yeah. So
Y2K.
yeah. And we haven't reached the era of like the intro to electric dance music to where you're gonna start getting like
See, but the thing is, you know, I am not a fan of either type of dancing. I'm more of the ball partner dancing type.
and I'm a fucking idiot.
To be fair, like I was on like my high school's winter guard team, which is a form of dancing and stuff. So I'm used to
The only good form of dancing I know is ice skating.
fair.
And that's the only one I actually know because as a child, I used to like when I actually took lessons more frequently for figure skating, I used to sit at home and listen to all my favorite songs and come out with the whole like dance choreograph for what I wanted to do to that song because for the longest time I had like the biggest ambition of being an Olympic figure skater because like that was my passion. And unfortunately, you need money to do that.
Well, and I feel that with band, like I never went besides high school band and the extracurriculars involved in that. I didn't do anything outside of that. Like didn't do my own competitions or performances. It was just school.
Yeah, I mean, I did piano competitions at Whitworth, which is kind of what got me into that Whitworth community. But then I also had band competitions, and then I had solo. I'm a weirded, wonder skilled person.
Mhm. Did you have any issues similar to what Cody had, like sibling rivalries type deal, where you felt like one sibling outshone you
No,
because you were that one?
no, because I was an only child until I was 12.
Touche.
I had more of the London problem.
What about as an adult though?
I mean, me and my sister are 13 years apart.
Again, I feel you. My youngest sister is 10 years apart from me, so
And my sister, we both know she has a lot of psychological disorders.
touche.
I feel superior to my sister.
See, I'm gonna be real for a second. Generally, I do feel superior to my siblings.
Don't
But me and my siblings are in a weird spot since I moved up in life because I'm the oldest. My siblings on the low end are my brother's 4 years younger than me, then 5 years, and then 10 years younger than me. So there's still a gap between me and my siblings of 4 years.
Mhm.
And within those 4 years, pandemics happened. I've gone to college. I've gotten a job. I've gotten married, and I have a child that by this time is born.
I mean, the only thing that I can relate to is with my cousins. I have a lot of cousins. I have 13 cousins just on one side of the family. And,
I
we,
feel that.
yeah, and we meet up every Christmas, and I'm the third oldest cousin. My,
I'm the third oldest grandchild on my grandma's.
wow, way to go. More reasons why we're best friends.
My grandma has 16 total grandkids.
Well, there's about to be a great grandchild because my cousin,
Great grandchild number 3, I believe.
oh, we're on our first one. Because the great grandchild is actually going to be born a month after your child is born.
I'm superior.
And they have a girl.
Shut up, I'm jealous.
But besides that point, my oldest cousin, he basically lived with his mom growing up for like majority of the time. So like we kind of excluded him out of, like in my mind, that competition factor of the cousins. But then my second oldest cousin, she had over a 4.0 GPA. Over a 4.0. That means she took extra classes outside of her normal period 1 through 7 classes she was supposed to take. And then she went to Point Loma and she played softball. Like, to me, she was like always superior because like she had great grades, she has a great house, great parents, great life.
See, me and my cousins, I'm the third grandchild, but I realistically haven't seen my cousin in a few years. Like, I have one cousin that I'm just a few months older than, and I rub it in his face. Um, but him and his two older siblings, I saw them like all of my cousins are spread out. I have some in New York, some in Montana, and slash Oregon, and Nebraska, and me and my siblings in Washington. So we're spread out. We've never been in the same place all at once.
See, all my cousins live in Idaho, but like this is kind of the differentiating factor on like my cousins. I'm not blood related to any of my cousins. These are all cousins through marriage. And for me, knowing that, not having a father in my life, as I have mentioned in previous episodes, that took a toll on like my mental health. And so like for me, all of my cousins were always superior because they had two loving parents.
Well, crap, that's a little cut deep.
And my cousins, their parents, and my aunts and uncles, they thought I was doing great things in life because like I've done sports, I've been pushing hard, like I got a job early and now I went to like a really good qualified school. I got my bachelor's degree and now I'm earning my master's degree, and they're like seeing these great things from me, but I still feel like the most underrated person in my family because I'm not related to any of them. They didn't have to choose to like care for me, but they still do. And this is also the part where like my family, I feel like, kind of hates me, is because of the fact that like I think of myself so differently from my family, knowing the fact that like I don't have to be in their life because I am not their actual family. And I'm very grateful to have that family, but
I don't know. I'm so sorry. Like you had this whole dinner party thing, and I'm like,
it's
with my two parents, all my blood related cousins, all of them have two parents. I'm like,
it's yeah, it's I mean,
to be fair, you have done really good things with
job promotion. Woo! Should be signing my papers this week with HR to finally get my pay raise. Slightly petty about that.
but like, see, when it comes to me and my siblings, it's never in relation to my grandma that's the issue. It's the seeing what's going on. My parents they were as involved as they could with my stuff. My stuff was all school related. Track meets were right after school.
Yeah.
My parents would have work. My siblings would have to come home from school, so they'd have a babysitter or something. And so one of my cousins, who is younger than me, it the one thing that bugs me the most is just seeing the praise that she gets when I did the same things. Like she was in marching band. She like is very similar to me. She did track, she did marching band, all the band. Like the similarities are scary. I have very little relationship with any of my cousins, especially this one. I only remember seeing her once when she was like not even in school yet. And like she's going off to school into healthcare. This is how it really gets. But like it's it's nice that you at least have a relationship with your cousin at the very least. Like even though you still need that relation.
Like me and my cousins definitely don't talk on a day-to-day basis. Like the only time, yeah, I was like, the only time me and my cousins talk is when we go for Christmas or Thanksgiving to meet up with grandma every year, and like it's
not that my cousins.
it's the most exhausting thing ever though at the same time because like I'm pretty introverted and when you have like about 30 people in one house.
Oh, I know the feeling because like it was for me. It was less family, and more like my parents would invite everyone over to our house. And
Yeah.
so it's like super packed, and you're exhausted, and you're just trying to be away from everyone else.
Yeah, like last time I ended up bringing a Lego set, and like my aunt was just like, "Oh, cool! Like I also love building Legos." I was fine with that because we had like a solo conversation. But another one of my aunts, I love her. Gosh, she's super nice. She went to Florida with me. It was great. I love having one-on-one time with this aunt, but in a group setting, it's overwhelming because last time she was just like, "Oh, the cousins, let's have you have a bonding moment and play a game," which is, that's fine. Me and all my cousins now are basically adult, like high school to adults essentially, except for two.
I wish I could say that. Me and like I have a cousin who just started kindergarten, and then there's
Yeah,
my oldest cousin who is like 3 years older than me. Who just had his first baby, so
the pressure's off of me now though to have kids. So woohoo, I'm off the baby train.
yeah.
Woo!
Anyways, back to Zach and Cody.
I was like, we could go on a whole.
What are your thoughts on the lead up to that conversation that Carrie had with Cody? Like, this was, it was
I could care less about Carrie's conversation if I'm being honest.
I like the conversation. I just feel like it could, like, if they wanted that to be a focal point for Cody, they should have made it.
Max should have gone off more. I was in agreement with Max because she was like, "I told you so. You're an idiot. You fucked this up."
This is fair. Yeah, like she was completely in the right for going off on them.
Yeah, I could care less if Carrie like
I hate how Zach has no sense of commitment. Like realistically, it takes him a long time to get a sense of commitment, and that's in season 3, halfway through season 3 of Sweet Life on Deck, when he finally gets in a committed relationship with Maida. But he never has that sense of commitment of working towards something and achieving something. He just wants the shortcut.
yeah.
Personality. He wants things the easy way and to have fun.
He's
And
yeah.
Max was super serious about it, rightfully so. But no, he fucked up. And Cody, he was just trying to be something.
Yeah, and I mean like I related more. I feel like I relate more to like how Cody is now trying to find out who you are or like what your talent is and
I feel that.
it's slightly annoying because like we know I'm a very career driven person and I love accounting, but it's not like it's my 100% true passion.
Yeah.
But like it's something I'm good at. And then like outside of work, you have those thoughts where you're just like, am I in the right place?
I constantly have that. I mean, like I work at a hospital, which you would think is the most moral thing in the world. I come so close to just banging my head against the wall. It's not even funny.
And I mean, I'm happy though. I'm like out of the like I love the kitchen industry. Like it's fun, but I don't want to be the person. I mean, we talked about this multiple times personally, but I don't want to be the person who's on the line cooking anymore. Not to mention it's physically taxing on my own body. Thanks physical therapy and broken arms. Um, but like those places, you put yourself under a lot more stress and like I have like a whole plan of what I wanted to do for a business and like what I want to create and what I want to give to people.
Like I said before, like, I was like, you know this, I was a music major. My whole plan was to be a Disney musician. That's what I wanted to do in life.
Yes.
I wanted to be a musician for Disney. And I still frequently find myself looking at job postings at Disney because it's what I just love.
Maybe if this, okay, follow, like, and subscribe. Let me tell you why. So this visionary right here can go and be a musicianist and we can go on tour someday and he can play his lovely saxophone for you. Do you want to be soothed by smooth jazz? Like and subscribe.
I'm gonna break the world here. I am a saxophone player who doesn't like to play jazz.
Okay, well, do you want fun music by Sean here? Like and subscribe so that way we can eventually go to tour someday and you can meet us and Sean will play music for you. How about that?
What I love about the podcast is I get to do everything that I love. I edit the videos, I do the sound design, the lighting design. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Like, it's a lot of ways. I get a lot more out of this than my own job because this is fun. I get to take a hobby that I love, watching Disney movies and just Disney as a whole.
I was like, not gonna lie, I do love the podcast. It's right now, it's just school.
Exactly.
And I mean, me and my therapist talk about this every week. Not to mention, she keeps asking for updates on the baby because she also wants to know when the baby is going to be born. But me and her have talked about this multiple times, and it's like I love the podcast, but she's like, you also have a lot on your plate.
Yep.
And so it's like once school's removed off the plate, it's going to be this year, guys. I'm graduating this year.
School year.
Yeah. But once that's off the plate, then
That's like
I'll have more time and effort to fully put into our podcast.
Well, in this podcast, like realistically, you can fulfill both of our niches, like creating a business and stuff.
Being the entrepreneur I want to be. And I can still have my 9 to 5. That's the nice thing I like about it because outside of like just knowing how living with my mom is, my mom's also been listening to the podcast, so I don't want to have a paragraph sent to me at like 2 a.m. I love you, Mom, but I'm reflecting here on my memories as a child and who I am today, and I love you, but stop sending me these long paragraphs. They're kind of annoying. But besides, I kind of forgot where I was going because then I remembered the tangent of.
No, but like, and I see this being a future episode where we should really talk about why this podcast fully exists.
Oh yeah.
But like, we love doing this podcast. It scratches a lot of backs for both me, you, and Megan.
Yeah.
Megan, the thing I love most about Megan, and you know this, and I know this, Megan knows a lot about a lot of random shit.
I know. Well, and then
she just has these out of the box ideas that lead to such fun discussion. Like you guys talk about heaven and hell a lot.
Yeah, we really get into theory conversations a lot.
And then you take that like high level thinking, you apply it to Disney. It gets fun.
Yeah. But then there's also the aspect of like after you guys left Whitworth, we barely hung out.
It's true.
College was holding us together like that.
And now and then like this podcast has given us a reason to hang out every week
Yeah.
and a constant group chat that's going.
Yes.
But also like it's just been so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. Like you finally learned how to rap chords.
Yes, I did. Okay, so I have been the worst person at rapping chords. Sean, like,
The mic chords and stuff.
yeah, it was really awkward because me and Sean don't hug. Everyone knows that. So he's like physically over here showing me how to rap a chord like this, and then and kind of like guiding me with it. And I'm like, Sean, we're touching. Ew. Ew. No. Even though it's nothing like serious, but I'm just like, no, just let me observe and I'll learn. Don't touch my hand. It's weird.
Funny story. So this is something true. It was still awkward, but it was the least awkward time it's happened, and it's weird. Remember that time we went to Ballroom Dance Club at Whitworth?
Yeah.
We actually danced together.
Yeah.
For some reason, that was the least awkward time we touched each other.
I think it's because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so I was too preoccupied on like, where do my feet go? Thump, thump, thump.
But anyways, there's not a lot to really talk about this episode, although I love the fucking dummy,
Wait.
the ventriloquist dummy.
Oh, yes, yes.
That shit was funny.
And you could see Mosby like moving his. I thought that was funny, but he put in some comical jokes for adults in there, which was great. It adds that comical relief. Also shows that Zack and Cody is really a family show. The kids aren't going to understand, necessarily what the doll means in some cases, but the adults are like, oh, you made a hot thing joke. I got it.
But like, I'm fine watching these episodes, 20 years later, basically. And it's really interesting to see what type of shows Disney was putting out.
There's a lot more. Oh gosh. Okay. So there's a lot more censorship today. Sorry. I'm trying to get my words together. Apparently I can't speak either. But I was going to say on Disney Plus, have you noticed that they created uh High School the Musical Kindergarten?
I saw.
I wanted to bang my head on the wall when I saw that. I was just like, why? There's not need to be here.
It doesn't need to be there, but also like I've been into everything with the High School Musical franchise. High School Musical, the series worked. For what it was, it's worked.
Now they're turning it into a toddler show.
That's where it goes a little too far.
Turn that into a toddler show. We're all in this together because we found the circle in the room. Together.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I was making that up. Because like how like most toddler shows go like, do you see the circle? Where's the circle? There's the circle. Hola, señora. Can you help me find the plan B?
Stop.
Sorry, I love watching those on TikTok. They're so funny. But that's how toddler shows go. And so like all I can imagine is just we're all in this together to find the circle to end our like whatever they're working on. I just see that.
Well, I know, like, it's not the only show I've seen get turned into a kindergarten show. Like, Total Drama Island?
Oh yeah.
They actually ended up making a show called Total Drama Rama, where it was like those people as toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
As toddlers, that show of all things, where literally, like, the first season, because I've been rewatching it, like, they actually had one of the campers' shirts get ripped off, and it was just all pixelated up here. Like, it's like, okay,
I mean,
it's crazy how far if they go.
Instead of like a kindergarten show, they could have done it like High School Musical to middle school.
Middle school musical. The high school musical, middle school musical.
Yeah, like
I don't know. I really kind of wish Disney wouldn't just revamp IP for different ages.
yeah. I mean, right now they're trying to do work with what they have instead of going outside the box fully.
But like we said on the Narnia episode, them going outside the box is what made Disney Disney.
Well, yeah.
They push the boundary.
But I mean, Disney today.
Disney today has gone soft.
Yes. And I mean, their financial statements show it.
Yeah.
They just have to do right now, they're doing the cash cow. They're doing what has worked and redoing it again because it creates revenue. But they need an innovator. Disney, you need some more innovation.
It's true.
More innovation, Disney.
The innovation was what made Disney so iconic in the 2000 to 2015 era. I think we're talking about in the Narnia episode because that movie was way out there for how amazing it is.
I will say though, like even though Raven's Home is based off of That's So Raven, you know, I do like it.
I'm curious what Wizards Beyond that we really played.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited for that. But like, I kind of wish, you know, kind of like Good Luck Charlie, you know, they would create a new show, something like that, you know, because like it's been a hot minute since.
Which has gone for so many seasons. It should have ended a long time ago, but like they need to innovate, but they're not sure where to do that.
Yeah. And they just need something new and.
But anything else to add for this episode?
Not really.
Tangents now.
I know.
Everything in the episode.
I mean, tangents are fine though. Last week's episode tangent was a completely different tangent, but it was related to what we were talking about. I remember I was going on some type of philosophical tangent. And then you were like, that, oh wait, no, it wasn't Megan's last episode. It was the previous. Yeah, because it was just you and me.
Yeah.
See?
Last week was the Cinderella 3 episode.
Yeah.
Which is still fun. That was a fun episode. Again, innovation. But no, like this episode, like we talked about everything we could about this episode. This is the tricky part with going through TV shows.
The episodes are so short. You have to take a 20-minute episode with no commercial breaks or anything and expand it to a full hour.
Which, I mean, to be fair, we've done very well. If you haven't checked out our Aruna's Magic.
Oh yeah, Aruna's Magic, there's a lot more to break down just because
you've never seen it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of unknown.
Yeah, and then also it's in a different language, so there's like that
cultural barrier.
Well, and
language barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, with Zack and Cody, it hits a nostalgia point, but it's a sitcom, so you really don't know what comes. Like, it's not an overarching story.
And I don't think you start seeing it turning into like an overarching story till it's Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah, more or less, but even then, it's still not.
Yeah.
It's a sitcom, you know. It's
also I'm upset that stain. I think it's a full-on stain. So before this, I ate food, and some of it accidentally got on my shirt.
But anyways, no. Do you have anything else?
No. I got homework to do though.
Yeah.
And you got a potential baby on the way.
Mm-hmm. Any moment now.
I know.
By the time this releases, it will be here. Exciting times.
Sean will be a dad.
And I will wear dad outfits. I'm almost there. I got the shorts.
I will continue to wear single girl outfits. Unless things with this guy work out. I don't know.
But no, check out our Instagram if you want to stay tuned for any more giveaways that we end up doing. So, yeah.
Yep.
Bye, friends.
Bye.